I'm at the Four Roses single barrel facility with Turtle Creek Wine and Spirits. Now, is there a particular type of barrel pick you're looking for here?
Just good whiskey.
You're the captain.
He just went to make a phone call to see if we can get another barrel.
Let's sign both barrels. Let me know what I need to do.
I'm at the Four Roses single barrel facility here south of Louisville, Kentucky with Turtle Creek Wine and Spirits to do some barrel picks. Now, they've invited me to several barrel picks, several tours, so we're just gonna hit the Kentucky Bourbon Trail here and see what we see. And it all starts here today with Four Roses. Now, they do not want us to film our presenter, and so if you see weird camera angles, you know why. Either that or I just messed up. One of those two. I do that a lot. But we've got the owners of Turtle Creek Wine and Spirits here. David? Grace. And then patrons of the store.
Yes, sir.
That just said yes to the opportunity. What was your name?
Art Rodriguez.
And Kyle Thrasher.
Cole Cotton.
Now, is there a particular type of barrel pick you're looking for here? Any like particular profile? Anything you're hoping to accomplish with this pick?
I mean, just good whiskey. Like we like to do our barrel picking blind, though.
Okay.
I think that's the most important part because I think blind is the best way to do a barrel pick. And then I think at this point we kind of have an idea for what our customers like and enjoy. So just basing it off of what we know from there and what we think our customers would like, not really what we personally like.
So when you're drinking Four Roses, like what are you looking for?
I mean, I like that fruit-forward sweetness. Nice soft oak on the finish. That's a perfect Four Roses for me. But that's almost any of them. So if you watched the video last year, you kind of know how this goes. They load us up with a ton of barrel-proof whiskey, and then shenanigans happen. We get a carousel here. It's the only place I've ever gotten a carousel, so this will be fun.
All right, so if everyone will grab a spot, I will tell you what we are going to do. You're here, you're going to do a barrel strength private selection, so you will be tasting all 10 of our recipes. In front of you, you have 10 glasses. They are numbered underneath each glass on the Lazy Susan. So as we are thieving from barrel number 1, please make sure that you have glass number 1 in your hand. The sample that you get in your glass will be the only sample that you get. You will get a good sample. Just make sure you don't go through and chug all of these in round 1, because you will want to go back and talk about these and revisit these. So just take it easy, take it slow. There's no reason to rush through this because we got a couple hours that we get to spend in here. And then last but not least, everyone gets a gift when they come see me. So you will get the Aged or Bottle Fly. Not sure if you are familiar with them, but they have 4 3-ounce sample bottles.
I have one. I'm super excited now. That's my golf course bottle.
I've heard that a lot lately. These fit great in a golf ball.
They really do.
But it comes with a little marker so you can write your samples on there. They are TSA approved, so you can travel with them without checking a bag. But I've been telling people, they explode if you put anything other than Four Roses in them. So be careful. All right, so if you guys are ready, we will start to fill glasses. We will fill all 10 of these before you start. So as soon as you get your sample for number 1, just bring it to your tray, come back and get number 2, and we'll get them all done. All right.
All right, sample number 1. You already know it was 10 barrels? And you've got tier 6s in here, it sounds like, so no pressure.
This will be great for the fall festival, Grace.
So exactly what is the festival?
We did a fall festival last year, and it was basically like tents of different suppliers, and we had a mix of bourbon, clear liquor, wine, and beer. And it was just an event that we held in our community for customers to come out and just have a good time.
So you released a bunch of barrel picks and things there?
We did actually last year. We released, I think, Green River, Short Barrel, and an Eagle Rare store pick last year for Fall Festival. So this year, hopefully we can get our Four Roses in time, Elijah Craig, and Larceny before the Fall Festival.
And I will say they probably do some of the best picks in the state of Georgia. Their double oak this year was amazing. Every pick they've done is fantastic.
Which double oak was it?
The Woodford Reserve double oak. It was candy in a glass.
So should we add that to your calendar?
And it's a charity event, so we raised like $6,000 last year.
Yeah.
For charity?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely send me an invite. I'll have to see how the calendar lines up. Busy time. We've got our own thing we're trying to do in October, so September's going to be pretty busy.
Yeah.
But you're not that far, so if it works out calendar-wise, happy to do something and attend. Now, we like to push the boundaries a little bit, so you got to be willing to try something dumb. Like we gotta go bigger.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means.
What does that, yeah,
I
entail
don't like
exactly?
who knows what that means, but we always push the boundaries.
To celebrate the trip, I popped the 107 store pick from y'all before I left.
You got a 107 store pick?
Did you like it?
Phenomenal.
You got a 107 store pick?
We did, yeah.
That's the tops on my list. I got to like that's.
Really?
I want to go on. I got to go on
I
one of
have
those for
I have
sure.
a bottle.
Okay.
One bottle left.
We'll save
I will
it.
drink it. I will drink your bottle.
Yeah.
We will sit down and drink it together.
Did that seal your fate for the fall festival?
Maybe I don't. It's a calendar thing, man. It's not out of my control. When we said we were going to Athens, I know y'all not technically in Athens, but we're going to Athens. 7, 8 people. You got to go to Turtle Creek. Like wherever you go, you got to go to Turtle Creek. I don't think we got recommended a single liquor store twice, other than y'all, and it was like 7 or 8 people. And we didn't ask anybody. Like they reached out. They wanted to make sure we knew. Sample number 10. Look at that beautiful rotisserie right there. Got a little barrel char in about half of them. Ooh, that's awesome. A little fiber. Well, you want a normal pour, like the shelf pour? It's always a good idea. Always a good idea to warm up the palate too, because the first one is always at a disadvantage. Yep. So you have to, like typically we go through all of them and then go back through, go through 1 through 10 and then go 10 back through 1's how I like to do it, just to make sure you're not discounting number 1 because, you happen to be here at 8:30 in the morning and it was breakfast whiskey. I mean, I'm not hating on breakfast whiskey. Just saying your palate's not usually ready for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a problem. I don't have any yellow or Four Roses bourbon. So what I can do, I've got the 135th limited edition. If that'll work.
my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will that work?
no.
I don't have. I'm like,
No.
all I have is limited edition in here.
Oh. I mean, that is setting us up for failure.
It is, yeah.
But yes, the answer is yes,
I think
but
we're
still
okay
setting
with
us up
that.
for failure.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the best idea ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't. So.
So if your barrel pick beats this one,
Oh, yeah.
it's good marketing.
Yes.
Be fun to throw that in the blind. Make me really nervous though, going around the roulette table like having to pick that one.
20-year-old.
We do. Yeah.
I tried to get this one last year.
I almost had a couple of chances to get one. And it was one of those where you're in line and it's gone before you get there, kind of like 2 people in front of you get it. That's a good way to warm up the palate right there.
All right. This is all about you and you guys now. You can start at number
It's on
1.
us. We can do it any way we want.
Yep.
Any particular one? You just want
start at number
to
10.
everybody do it by themselves and rank, or
Yes.
do you have a system that you like to use?
No?
I mean, I will propose my system,
Okay.
but it's your pick. You
Yeah,
do anything you
what
want.
is it?
Typically, what I have everybody do is just go through and rank them, and you can like rank them and then maybe get rid of 6 or 7 of them over time. But like rank them 1 through whatever, and then whichever one has the lowest point total is the winner, right? And then get it down to 3, and then maybe go back to those and re-rank them.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Something like that. Fancy notebook. What do you think?
I get a lot of cinnamon, baking spice in that one.
Mhm.
I feel like that's a rye mash bill. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's not.
I like how you put yourself on the spot, though.
I might have. I rethought it after what you were saying earlier. I was like, maybe. I just associate like when I get something that has like a real cinnamon forward that
The rye comes
it's
through
rye,
in that for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's funny about these. Sometimes the mash bill's right. Sometimes for some reason or another, the rye just shines more in a particular barrel. Right. So, I mean, you're talking about 20% rye and 35% rye. It's not like you're talking about 10 and 45.
That number 1 just really reminds me of a good Christmas pour. Like right around Christmas, holidays.
Yep.
Like that would be.
So,
Like fall festival.
Yeah, fall festival vibes.
what number are you on down there?
Still on number 2.
Still on number 2. I haven't even got to number 2. Man, it's like I've taken my time. What do you think of number 2?
If number 1 was number 5, number 2's at 7.
This one's much more fruit forward. This is more what I'm typically looking for. How you feeling down there?
Good. Great.
Which number are you on?
3.
Okay.
3's fantastic.
Which one you liking best so far?
I'm liking number 1 still.
Okay. You like that rye spiciness?
I do.
Okay.
I like that very much. And I'm finding a lot of similarities between 2 and 3. Which number are you on?
I am on number 5. And so far, there's a clear standout for my palate, but I'm not going to tell you which one.
I have a hard time with tastings because I tried different ones and I see different occasions for each. Like some I'll have and I'm like, that would be good at this time of year, but
It's like you were saying.
yeah, it's so hard.
That's why we need 2 barrels.
That's 10. You need 10 barrels.
Yeah.
Usually
Like if you're going to shoot for the moon, man, shoot for the moon.
it's not as hard to get another barrel, but usually in Georgia we can get an extra barrel or 2 at some of the distilleries. It's a little bit harder here, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes I tag along and then I end up buying barrels. So, like, some folks just have no rules whatsoever. So what are you thinking about the barrel over there? Any standouts?
Possibly.
Possibly?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't sound very sure about it.
I feel like I need to go around again.
Okay, so you've been through all 10?
Yes.
Okay.
They're all so good.
I've got 3
Got 3.
that really stand out. I'd be willing to bet you all of them are E's, but they stand out to me. We'll see. I got to go back through as well. I mean, that's just first time through.
Yeah.
Start to,
It's
you
so
know.
different. Everything's so different. It's crazy.
Oh, some of these are like dusty, nice, soft oaks. Some of these are like really fruit forward. Some of them are, you know, the rye spice really shines.
I had some crazy notes on 5. They're way off, but I got like cotton candy bubble gum, like strange
Yeah, that's
candy
nuts.
flavor.
Here are my notes. It's just a number of like where I ranked it. Those are my-
That's what mine look like too.
That's an X or a check.
I didn't know we were going all professional. We
No,
had
I-
tasting notes.
you
Let's
know.
see. Let me see your tasting notes here.
Bubblegum?
I got bubble gum on it.
On 5.
Oh, yeah.
5.
Now I'm going back to 5 with bubble gum right now. We're going to do this. 5 bubble gum.
One of those correct.
You gotta be careful what you say because TJ got there and pulled out a blender and mixed up.
Oh, so good.
But it's different. Like it stands out as different.
It's a little it's got that soft oakiness. It does get just a little harsh on the finish. The oak just dry all the way through. I think that's why I docked it some points.
Yeah. I do like that little warm finish though where you just like feel it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that.
That Kentucky hug. See, now you got me writing down tasting notes. What's wrong with you?
I mean, it's just
It's
kind
a lot
of,
of work.
well, when you go back through them, it's fun to see if they change on
It
you.
is. I'm just you're doing great.
That means a lot, man.
It means
Watch
nothing.
you a long time, it means a whole lot. I try.
No pressure.
I know.
Don't screw this up.
I know, I'm sweating a little bit.
If you pick the wrong barrel, then their store's reputation. Like you already said, they have the best barrel picks, and you now have an opportunity to ruin that.
I know, it's scary. But I feel like
pressure.
the R&M pick went so well, I was part of that pick, so maybe there's something to it.
R&M?
R&M Roots.
Okay.
We did a founder's pick with them.
I got you.
3
I
barrels.
have some of their stuff.
That means if it doesn't taste good, you guys are responsible. You picked it.
All your fault.
I mean, y'all
You
have,
have
two,
to
y'all
buy-
have
you
2
have to buy
votes.
You have to buy all the ones that don't sell.
Okay.
That's funny, because when you said bubblegum on 5, that was the one you said 5, right? 5. I went back to it. I was like, I don't really get gum. And then going back through it, I just hit it, and I was like, that's total bubblegum.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's got to be the one he just said it was.
But when you said that, I questioned myself, and I went back to it and didn't
No,
get
it's
bubble
good.
gum.
Yeah, I went back to it, and I didn't either. But then
I got oat, vanilla,
like
and warm.
I'm about out of that one. So that last little pour was just like it hit the palate a little softer. It was really nice. Every time I say something like that, like a super sweet tasting note, though, just don't say cream cheese, okay? Because everybody's like, this guy, our butter pecan, right? We've got a couple of those. Like, we get a lot of this guy's just fat. He thinks everything tastes like ice cream,
Exactly.
and it's like,
Or you
okay,
just like
all right.
really question like when
But
they
those
get,
weren't even my tasting notes. I'm just repeating other people's tasting notes. Like, hate on them.
someone comes at you with like, I got 6 notes from that. I'm like,
I don't even. I
get
want,
like 3.
I want 2 notes.
Maybe 2.
I want 2 notes and a couple of adjectives.
exactly.
Right? It's fruit, it's oak, and then it's nice. Right? That's what I want. Oh, okay. So this is why you go back through, because like so far, I believe my notes have been pretty accurate, and then I hit this one on the way back through, and it's like
Throws you off.
this one might have been a little underrated. We'll see. I mean, I rated it pretty high though. I am gonna bump that up a bit though.
And you always have to go back to barrel number 1 because that was your baseline. I'm literally, that's the one I'm about to drive back through to number 1 to see if I accurately gauge this one. I think one's better going back through than it was when we started. Because it has a little bit of that bubblegum note going back through.
Oh, so you're coming around with me on
well,
5.
And I think it's a little bit of the fruit with just a touch of the rye spice.
It is.
And it just kind of gives that quintessential bubblegum note.
Yep. My notes on 5 were cotton candy, a little hot, bubblegum, and it grows on you.
There are 3 that I've got that are standouts. There's 4 or 5. I can definitely narrow it down to 5. I think I could narrow it down to 3.
Do you like funky notes on the bourbon?
No, not usually. No, not usually. I mean, it's interesting. I'm okay if I get a bottle of it. I don't normally want a barrel of it, right? Or it's one of those if it's odd, if it's off, if it's funky. I like having it on the bar to share with people, but it's a bottle that I'm just never going to go back to that often. Right? I've got to craft a story around that and say, okay, this is some weird thing. Let's try that. So I'm not typically looking for that in a bottle of whiskey. Almost all the ones, like literally the 3 I've got that I like, the top 4 I've got listed here are just like my notes fruit, right? They're the fruit forward ones.
Can I ask you which one?
I mean, you can ask. Should I tell you is the question.
Please.
So to me, the standouts are number 2, number 10, number 6, and then an argument could be made for 1 and 7. Like if I were going to go 3, I would go 2, 6, 10. If I were going to go 5, I would throw 1 and 7 in that as well. And there's a couple like 8 is the most interesting weird. It's like super dry oakiness. Like I don't think I've ever had a Four Roses single barrel like 8.
But it's balanced.
But
I wrote
it's just
well
like,
balanced on my notes just because it has
honestly,
everything.
8 tastes so old. And I like that. If you want something that's got like that nice kind of sweet, soft oakiness, I really like 8 from that perspective. But if you're talking about just like mainstream barrel, like honestly, if I had 8, if they had given me that 135th anniversary and it would have tasted like 8, I'd be like, okay, that's some old stuff they put in there. So like 8 tastes older than the rest of them. It just got a lot more of that like soft impact. It's almost like if you want just a really weird special bottle, 8 reminds me, it's reminiscent of like a 12-year-old wild turkey. If you ever had like the export only 12-year turkey with that like soft oakiness, like I like it from that perspective, but it just doesn't have kind of that fruit forwardness. But if I were just going to take a sample home of one bottle, like if she could fill the aged in ore with samples from a barrel, 8 would be the one I would take home. Wow. It's not the one that ranked the highest for me, but it's the one I would take home because it's the most unique and interesting.
8 did rank the highest for me.
Okay, you like the dry oak, or not dry oak, it's the soft oakiness, yeah.
2 was the first out of my top 4. 2 was the first out. I'm down to 3.
8 would be the barrel I took.
Yeah.
And you said you want something that the customers like. So I'm trying to take, like, what would I just sit down and drink a whole bottle of? And I gave you those numbers. If we're talking about the ones that I would just like, that's just weird and interesting and different, 8's so interesting. Yeah.
I keep going back to 6 and 8, and I don't know, 6 is like, I don't know, it's still a little bit like heavier.
I got 6 as an 8.
Yeah.
I only rated 2 as an 8. So number 1 to me is safe. It's a safe.
Nobody wants safe, man.
But it's a baseline. Like when we first ranked it, and it's a baseline. It's a baseline to me.
It's good.
It's good. No, but it's a safe pick, is what I mean by it.
Pick, so I want it to be like not safe.
Well,
I mean,
but safe appeals to the masses.
Winner.
Yeah.
Number 6. Number 6
That was
for
your
me.
favorite?
I have that rated as an 8.
It's just.
I tried putting it on the table and like doing my own little blind tasting between 6 and 8, and 6 like I keep going back.
Yeah, me too. Like it's just.
So I'm between 6 and 4.
4 is good. 4 has.
I'm gonna go back to it. I haven't went
Something
back
about
to
4
it.
I don't like. There's something there I'm just not a huge fan of.
Let me revisit.
Yeah, it hits the palate. It hits my palate a little weird. It's great up front, and then the finish is just weird. It just hits like the outer taste bud receptors.
That's
I
what
little
think because I
odd.
like that.
I mean, you're in like, dude. Some people like weird
it's that-
stuff. You know,
I like that.
you like a little punishment. I like it.
Grace, did you have a top three?
I
wouldn't be sad with it.
6, 9, and I think it was 3. But I went back and tried 10, and I actually like 10 too.
Number 10 is really good. I
6 sounds like the winner so far, though.
What's funny is I have not
Oh,
parsed
and I'm
at
out of
6.
6.
I feel like 6 drinks below its proof.
Can I put number 10?
Yep.
Yeah, number 2, 10 and 6.
So we
Did
can
you drink
eliminate
any of them?
5 and
did.
7.
Look at
for
you
sure.
didn't drink any. These look just as full, just as full as when we started right here. Look at this.
No.
Look at this.
not
He-
drinking.
look, I'm not even pointing the camera in the right way. Look at it. Just as full as when we started. He had no. Here's what. Here.
But
No.
look at-
What's
but-
great?
But look at my face.
Your face is great.
Yeah.
You've got 6 left. Give me some of that 6 because it looks like 6 is going to be the winner. You get to share
Okay.
a little bit of 6.
6, red hot candy, sweet.
What did I say? Fruit, oak, proof.
4 is very fruit forward. Which is nice.
You said 4 is fruit forward?
Yeah, it said like 4.
I got fruit, warm finish, and vanilla on 4.
I got a little more rye spice on 4. I think that's a B mash bill.
I feel like it's an E.
It might be.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I'm eating corn chips. You know, you never can tell. Give us the specifics if you've got
You
them.
want specific on all of them?
All of them.
Why
Okay.
not?
Number 1, OBSO. 10 years, 4 months. Number 2, OBSK. 9 years, 3 months. Number 3, OBSV. 10 years, 11 months. 4, OESO.
Well, look at that.
Yep. That's my 8.
9 years, 4 months.
I mean, I said it was an E, right? Did I say that? Isn't that what I picked that?
You did.
I'm just trying to see if I'm right. I don't know. It doesn't matter if I'm right. I'm just trying to test my taste buds here. So
Number 5, OESQ. 9 years, 2 months. Number 6, which got 5 out of 6 votes, is an OESV,
Of course.
Yep.
and it is the youngest barrel at 8 years and 11 months.
I love it. I love everything about
8 years,
that.
11 months.
And what's the proof of?
It is the highest proof. It's going to be around that 122, 125.
Wow, really?
So, like, look, fruit oak proof.
Yep.
I
you
picked-
got
that was
it.
my- that-
You got it.
That was your highest?
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I do this for a living.
Number 7, OESK. 10 years, 11 months. Number 8, OBSQ. Your oldest barrel at 11.6.
See that?
And you said it.
The
You
oakiness.
said it was the oldest. Number 9, OBSF. 11 years, 1 month. And number 10, OESF at 11 years, 1 month.
All right, so I picked OE, OB. Anybody not drink all of their 8? I could take a sample. We just right here. Oh, look at you right here.
Yeah, I'll try a little bit with you. I got a little bit
You
left.
got a little bit. You let me know your thoughts.
Cheers, sir.
That would be my pick. If I
8?
8 is good. It's
if I could take a
consistent.
barrel out
It's
of here,
well balanced.
I would grab 8 and run with it.
Like there's a dryness that's not appealing to everybody. So I understand.
agree.
Like and that's why I didn't rate it that high.
But right up the front.
Because
like
I asked what they're looking for, and that's not appealing to everyday mainstream consumers necessarily.
No.
Like you got to be a little bit of a whiskey enthusiast to want that more kind of like dusty, dry
Tannin.
oakiness. Yeah.
Like that tannin finish.
And I hate
that's
using
the
the word
age coming
tannin because
through, right? So-
I use that same word when I talk about like rapidly aged whiskey.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a negative turn. When you try to age something too fast, you put it in too much heat, you use a small barrel, something like that. But it really is just that oakiness is dry and kind of dusty. It's so interesting and different though.
It's a very interesting pick. I'm just thinking about the masses.
Well, somebody's got to lock in the pick, and I assume it's you because he left.
Oh, he went to make
Okay, so it's your pick now. He's gone.
No, we're not.
You're the cap.
No.
You're the captain.
We're not picking quite yet. He just went to make a phone call to see if we can get another barrel.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to leverage that clout.
Yeah.
I like it. That's
Just a
awesome.
little.
Who'd you call? The president?
No.
That was the only one that had
One of the DM.
Okay. He's not answering. Okay. Cloud level not that high. Look, we dial it back.
TJ, do you find a uniformity in Four Roses products because of the? I mean, do you think the Rickhouse's size makes a difference?
You talking about like the tiers?
Well, I mean, just as far as them being a single story Rick House and as much Four Roses, I don't know how much Four Roses product you drink, but
Good bit.
do you see a uniformity in it as like, that makes a difference in the other?
Well, I mean, the cool thing about Four Roses is the different mash bills, the different yeast. And so every bottle I get tends to be different because I tend to be buying the single barrel strength, from store picks, right? So they're the 2 mash bills. They're a bunch of different yeast strands. What's cool about Four Roses is there's not a lot of consistency. Right. I mean, there's consistency in inconsistency. If you get an OESB, you know what you're getting. Yep. But there's so many different options. Like the one we're looking at right now is OESB, which typically is my favorite. Like that's typically the one I like fruit. So V is the dried fruit, E is the low rye mash bill. I'm getting into high rye bourbons, but like if I want high rye, I want like 40-something% rye. Like I want a lot of rye spice. With the Four Roses, I want fruit, and fruit is the V, and E is the lower rye, which tends to go better with fruit for me. So I like the variety, but OESV is my jam. I didn't want to say that ahead of time.
Back to 6 though,
Yeah.
right?
Because I didn't want to I didn't want to get y'all. I didn't want to affect the barrel pick.
Yeah. I'm interested. I got like such a cinnamon candy feel on that one. It wasn't rye.
Well, I mean, I think it's great when you have a bunch of different. Like, if everybody agreed on the barrel, that's not as cool as we get to have a debate about it.
Right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right. A bunch
Because
of
the
different
masses of
palates,
people
right?
that's going
That's
to
why
buy
we're all
this
here,
barrel.
to try to figure out.
Exactly.
It would also mean they're doing something wrong because
Yeah.
there's only one way to do it, and they've done
Well, I mean,
9 other ways.
Let's not blame Four Roses. That's not going to work out in your favor. If you have everybody that agrees, that has the exact same palate, that's not a great sample set for the masses, right? So it's good that we have like 10 and 2 that got some votes. Because like it looks like 6 only won by like 1 vote.
Won by 2 votes, but
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Numbers not my thing, man. I've had a lot of whiskey, okay? It won by a small number.
Who liked 3? I'm curious.
Who liked 3?
I had
Let's see.
that
What
at
did
a
I say about
5.
3?
I really like 3.
3 was like fruit, soft, approachable.
3 was my second.
Now the problem with approachable is it's basic, right? Like you don't want to date the vanilla girl, right?
Yep. I rated that as my vanilla, same as 1, 5, 5.
But that was if we were going to go to 5. If we were going to expand from top 3 to top 5, that would have made it for me.
I said it was one of my favorites, and TJ goes, "Well, you don't want to be basic."
And that's why I gotta quit. I gotta quit talking. You'll do anything? Is that what you said? I don't know what. I have no idea what occurred before that, but I heard you will do anything for. I'm assuming a second barrel. If you get a second barrel, what barrel are you taking?
She would decide the second barrel. I would love to take number 10.
You would take 10.
Number 10. I would
Okay.
love to.
Can we?
A little suggestion. Take 8.
Number 8.
Take 8. Like if you want just like weird, like here's the thing. I don't know if it'll work with my schedule. I don't know if we can be there. We'll sell 8. 8 will sell before 6 does. If I can show up. If I can be there, we got to look at calendar. I don't know, but 8 will sell before 6 does.
She said number 6 and number 10 has a very similar profile.
But do you want similar? You don't want similar.
No, so this is
Yeah.
where it will be similar to like our Heartwood pick, where we did like a sipper and the enthusiast. So 8 would be like the enthusiast, and 6 would be more like the sipper
Yeah.
drinker.
8 was my favorite. For what my opinion matters, 8 was my favorite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm with him. 8's the most interesting, weird. It's not mainstream.
Because think about too,
But-
like your clientele, like who's gonna come in and buy?
Yeah, you don't want people that are basic.
Bourbon enthusiasts. who want, like,
Any
second
of
whiskey.
this, I would
Yeah, David, you're gonna sell out of this in
If
an hour.
If it's sold out by the fall festival, I'll buy the rest of it. I'll put it that way.
You heard.
I promise I will.
Take his credit card.
Hey, dude.
I'll shake hands on
I
it
mean,
right now.
retail is like, I don't know, $20,000 plus on one of these barrels. Just so you know, if you have to buy the whole barrel. I just want you to know what commitment you just
I
made.
doubt I'll have to buy the whole barrel, but even if
Okay.
I had to buy half the barrel, I'd still do it because it's that good. And I know I can get rid of it. So we can do that. We can make that work.
Let's
Six
sign,
is my
let's
number
sign
one.
both barrels.
David's trying to get that second one.
Can you just throw it in the back somewhere where nobody else signs it? If that is in my tasting next week with Spillway, we're gonna sign that one then.
Oh my god.
100%. Guaranteed, if that makes it to next Monday or whatever we're doing the tasting with Spillway, that barrel's getting signed. I'm gonna advocate for that one.
Knowing that he's coming back, like I wouldn't let him taste the same barrel.
Oh, she's not gonna do it. It's still.
Want me to do it?
I mean, not
Well, I
not
gotta
any
make
of
sure that he doesn't get a second
not
barrel
any of the
first.
rest of them.
Just
Not any
eight.
of the rest of them. But if 8's still available at that point, throw it in. It would be hilarious if I hated it. I hope when I come back next week to do the picks with Spillway, I hate number 8. It's awful. It's my worst pick.
So are you taking number 6? Yes. Okay.
Is it?
I think. I mean, it's not a consensus, but I think 6 was in everybody's top 3.
So is that the one we're going to put on hold?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me know what I need to do.
Couple of grand cash envelope.
Lose a
I
lot.
need someone to hammer in the bung to number 6.
Hammer the bong.
Get it stood up.
Can I do it?
I mean, you're gonna, it's his honor. He gives it to you.
Are we going to sign the barrel too? Oh. How hard do I do this?
Hit it hard, firm, a nice firm
You don't
tap.
want to be too soft.
Nope.
Okay, I guess you got it. You did it. Okay. Jesus Christ, man.
I'm making sure it's in. Making sure it's in.
Oh, for mercy.
It's a bong, not a nail, man.
We're gonna hammer number 8 too while we're at it, just for kicks and giggles.
6 and 8 would be a
Someone
solid.
can because I'm going to put it on hold. So if someone
Okay,
wants to hammer
it's
that
you
one,
right there. You want to do it?
I'll do it.
You're gonna do it? No, I'm not gonna do it. He's got it. He's got it.
Whoa! 2 hits, bro.
Look at there. Well, I mean, you had it in 2 hits. You just kept hitting it. Yeah. Lord, that feels heavy.
It's a good thing you went with concrete floors and not laminate.
Thank you very much. You guys can
Sign away.
There you go.
Okay, I've got the handwriting of a toddler.
You good?
And if anybody says that's a 7, look, it's T. It's T. It's T. Okay.
Yes, I sure will.
At least I'm not the only one with bad handwriting. Yeah, my handwriting's awful. If y'all ask me to sign something, you're just asking for punishment.
You guys can do rock, paper, scissors and decide who's gonna get it.
All right. For what that?
Is that a good one?
Barrel.
Oh, the barrel? Yeah, y'all can have it. You can have the barrel. You can, like, I'm good. I've got I have plenty of barrels. Y'all enjoy this barrel.
That'll be the peak of my career if I get 4 roses. 4 roses.
Oh no! So if I get the barrel, like, I'm just gonna put more whiskey in it. We're gonna do some 4 roses. They won't give me a 4 roses barrel. I'm gonna have a 4 roses finish something, right? Y'all enjoy that one. It's just a little test, If I had I got a bunch of crap in my pocket here. We're gonna empty my pockets here, and we're just gonna see. We're just gonna test real quick if this fits in my pocket. We're just gonna test. Just a little test. Just a little.
Just
Like-
a little test.
Oh, perfect.
Where'd it go?
Totally inconspicuous. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna just put this in the other pocket, and we're gonna see y'all later. Had a good time. This was a great pick. Appreciate y'all hanging out. See y'all in the next video.